Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you're warmly welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today as I make cinnamon French toast muffins. Come along and let's get started. As always, the exact measurements will be in the description box below. To start, I'm just going to cube my bread. Today, I'm just using leftover sugar bread that's about 2 days old. When the bread is a little bit stale, it actually absorbs the custard a lot better. So that's what I'm using today. And for the cubes, you want it to be about half an inch in size, just so that again it will absorb your custard a lot more. If it's bigger, your muffins will tend to be a little bit on the dry side. And of course, Nanekia had to help today, so the little hand featured is her hand. So to get started on my custard, I'm just cracking my eggs individually into a separate bowl, and then I'm going to transfer it one at a time into my larger mixing bowl. I just do it this way to make sure that I do not get any shells into my large batch of eggs. And I'm just going to use a whisk and whisk it up for a few seconds just to break up the yolk. And if you like this video so far, please remember to give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you have not already done so, and please tell a friend to tell a friend about my amazing channel. Next up, I'm going to add my whole milk. A few cups of that go in, and then the next ingredient going in is a combination of nutmeg and cinnamon. Now, of course, you're free to use either nutmeg or cinnamon, but the combination of those two are incredibly amazing. And next up, I'm going in with a few tablespoons of brown sugar, and then I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. And that's it. Our very simple custard is ready. I'm just going to whisk it to make sure that all the ingredients are nice and incorporated before I go ahead and add my bread. And once the bread is transferred into the custard bowl, I'm going to use my spatula to stir it for about a minute. I want to make sure that the bread really gets into the custard and soaks it all up. One of the things that I love about this recipe is the fact that you can make this ahead. So if you're serving it in the morning, you can definitely make this the night before. Leave it in the fridge at this point, and in the morning the bread would have had a lot of time to soak up. And I'm just brushing my muffin tins with some melted butter before I get my French toast into the tins. Now, of course, just like I have it in the glass dish in the corner, you can bake it just like that and just slice it up. But my kids definitely enjoy it when it's in a muffin, so that's what we're doing today. And I find that it stores better that way, and it's easier to serve, easier for when you're on the go. So I just prefer it in the muffin form. So just like I'm doing here, I'm just going to scoop my French toast mix into the muffin tins. I like to fill it up right to the rim so that when it goes to cook, it puffs up a lot more and it becomes a lot larger. And of course, if you have mini muffin tins, you can make mini ones as well. It is just a preference. And sometimes when I'm making it just to store for my kids, that's the one that I use. And also just to note that once it's done baking, you can put them into Ziploc bags and stick them in the freezer, and they make for a perfect quick breakfast on the go. and they make the perfect snacks for the kids when they're back to school. And once our muffins are ready, it is going in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes, but you do want to check on it periodically to make sure it's not burning. And this is how amazing it looks when it comes out of the oven. Doesn't it look just amazing? And I like to brush it with a little bit of butter and some syrup or honey to go on top, just like it is here. And of course, a little bit of fruit on the side as well. We definitely enjoyed these for our Christmas breakfast. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box below. And the leftovers were perfect to pack up for the next day as well. And thank you all so much for coming along with me on this delicious journey. Take care, guys.